Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Bike Bible with me, John. So today it's very early in the morning because this is the only time to ride this place, but I am at Fford Llech, which just happens to be now the world's steepest street, and yeah, they're not kidding either. That's me holding the camera straight. So basically, as you can see, flip this round, you can just see there, that is just pure gradients right there for you. And it's a bit dangerous because I'm a one-man band doing these videos. It's quite difficult for me to actually stop, film this, get back on the bike and film. And I haven't got a GoPro with me, unfortunately. My GoPro is officially died, so yeah, it's one of those things really. I'll have to explain the ride afterwards and also give you like some hints and tips for how to basically climb and how to grow to love it, although I'll tell you how that goes with me after I've done this. But yeah, that's all you're saying for now. I'll film more after I've done it. There we go, so I made it. You see there's a shop there that says shop at the top of the world's steepest street. What do I think of it? I've got to keep your voice quiet because it's dead early morning and because it's very quiet around here. I don't want to disturb anyone. Basically that part where you see me film originally, where kinks up and around, take as much speed into there as you can do. I'm not going to lie, it took me about 2 attempts to actually get the speed up right, so that by the time I've got into the lowest gear and go around that corner, I was able to stick it out. Because with it being wet today, you have to depend more on just outright speed as opposed to just your cadence getting you up, because if you have too much cadence it basically makes your wheel spin going up it. I need to go over my tyre choices after that though. Once you get around that kicker and go around and up again, you're pretty much just looking to keep that momentum going that got you up towards the hairpin. Keep it there. I'm not going to lie, I had to get off or stop on the there's like a house to the left hand side where it levels out for literally just one moment, because I was just basically wheel spinning everywhere. So I ended up just using the house as a little kicker. I've made it up here, but yeah, it's I need to try this hill again someday when it's actually dry. But once you pass that house, it gets easier and easier. It's still hard, but it's a lot easier than that first part initially. Anyway, I don't want to disturb anyone around here at the moment, because as I said, it's very early morning, because chances are if I was to leave this till later on, then yeah, it'd be too busy. I wouldn't be able to make this happen. So beat the crowds before they wake up, as they say. But yeah, it's either me back at the garage. And there you have it. So that is, you got a little bit of a gander at Fford Llech in that video. Now unfortunately, the whole idea was I was going to take my GoPro with me on that climb. I was going to film the entire experiences. Unfortunately that didn't happen. My battery in my GoPro is completely and utterly dead. It was working one time, I haven't used it in a while, came back to use it for this trip and it did not want to compute at all. So yeah, it's one of them things, but I do have a wealth of knowledge and words to say about that place now, just in case you want to actually tackle it for yourself. And yeah, I've got loads of tips. So the first one, I'll explain the whole experience from start to finish. So when I ended up approaching Fford Llech, the actual roads around there were pretty wet, and I'm not gonna lie, if you're ever going to tackle this climb, pick a day that it is completely bone dry, because I took this bike with me. As you can see on here, completely
completely slick tyres, not good at all for climbing up there. The first thing is make sure you tackle it on a good day when you know for a fact that it's going to be dry around there. If you are going to climb it in the wet, make sure that you got your gear ratio well and truly appropriate for tackling such a climb. Now, I don't know what other people have done climbing up that hill before me. However, I went up on it with strictly 50/28 gear ratio. Do remember my bike has 1x drivetrain. And I don't have access to other cassettes because where I live 28 is about, you know, as high as you need to go anyway. And I've achieved you know over 100 miles, you know, numerous times now with 1x drivetrain. So I know it's something where it's like if you pace yourself properly, you can do pretty much any normal hill with it. This hill on the other side of things, yeah, you do need proper gear ratio. Basically what I'm trying to say with this, however, I've just explained probably around about 2 to 3 points in one, but mainly wet conditions means that you will have the opportunity of wheel spinning going up it. Basically if you don't have the right gear ratio, wheel spinning up it is a almost definite thing to happen. So yeah, make sure you get your gear ratio just right as well for going up there. Other thing to mention as well, the build up. There is a certain approach that you need to take when you're going up it, especially with the sort of if you're running gear ratios anywhere even close to mine. But basically what I ended up doing, it took me, and I'm going to be completely honest here, it took me four attempts to get up to the hairpin and around and then to continue on upwards. Now yeah, I was carrying probably around about anything between 17 to 20 miles per hour leading up towards that climb. It's difficult to just go when you lead up towards it. Unfortunately, you don't have any footage. I might use Google Maps in this part, but you have like a corner that you come around, and then basically speaking, you only have a short distance in which to build your speed up to then start tackling the climb. You don't build that speed up, then yeah, with the wrong sort of gear ratios, chances are even if you get your body positioning perfect, the opportunity of wheel spinning is a definite maybe. So make sure that you do take that momentum in, because it will aid you in getting up properly, because the harder you have to pedal, obviously the more chance that your back wheel or back tyre is going to spin on the tarmac. So yeah. Other thing to mention, I would say body positioning is also a key factor here as well. Lean too far forward, again, wheel spin, definitely going to be a thing. Lean too far backwards, however, and yes, you will probably loop out. So it's one of these things where it's like you've got to be I have my body positioning probably around about, I'd say probably my chest going over the bars, but not going too far over the bars. And if you go too far over the bars, you know, when you're going to be perfectly vertical like you would do on any normal climb, your back wheel is not going to have any weight over it, and it will want to lose grip. Other flip side of that, you lean too far backwards, and yeah, again, you're going to have problems, but you're going backwards instead of forwards. This is also a climb where you want to make sure that you're very, very comfortable with unclipping, and you know, basically, because otherwise if you don't unclip properly, it's going to be dangerous. You know, potentially like falling on there, you will roll down. No word of a lie, that is definitely going to be a thing maybe. So yeah, that's a word of caution right there as well. But yeah, as long as you have your body weight up to, you'll see. I'll refer back to a photo or the video clip. But what you're going to see is just to the top left hand side where it starts curving around. That is when the actual slope starts mellowing out. Now it doesn't mellow out a hell of a lot, but it does mellow out to a point where you do recognise it. And yeah, it's the chances of wheel spinning on that part, next to none, definitely. It's just that initial first part or leading up towards that bush and where the house is, where the wheel spinning is going to actually happen, leading up towards it at least. And another thing to mention, make sure when, I should have said this at the beginning when I was talking about gear ratios, but I've just thought of it. When you're going up, make sure you change gears early into one that you was wanting to be settled in for that climb. If you have to be in 30, let's say you've got like 50 by 36 or 50 by 34 gear ratios, I'd probably suggest if you want to go up in the smaller chain, be settled in that on going, leading up towards the corner, but be in the gear that you can do a bit, might add, of a sprint leading up towards the slope. However, the second you feel like it's going to start ramping up quickly and very, very quickly, and also as safely as you can, start changing into the lowest gear that you've got. You want to make sure that you do not want to change gears on this slope, because there is a high possibility of completely folding your rear hanger and doing some serious damage to not only your bike but yourself as well. So make sure that you get your gear ratio set up perfectly prior to leading up. Other tips that I used as well, keep looking well ahead of yourself as well going up, because if you're just looking at the floor, you kind of lose your sense of momentum going up, and also means as well that your lungs aren't going to be at the optimum for breathing, because you're crouching like that. Even just like that, you're kind of decreasing your lung capacity a tiny bit. Make sure you're looking up. It means that your lungs are stretched out and you can breathe heavily, but smoothly as well. And yeah, that's another one of my tips as well. I'm getting towards the end now in terms of what to do going up this climb. I would say, generally speaking, enjoy it, because climbs like this definitely don't come around very often, and I had a bit of a practice going up another fairly steep hill prior to basically going up for Llech. It's because I was coming in from Shell Island, going along the A496, I think it is, but I'll put in the subtitles a correction now. But basically, yeah, I took the back road part leading up towards the bottom of Harlech, and yeah, it's the climb actually has the same sort of elevation overall as that climb. It's just not much like that. It's more like that. So it's one of them sort of hills. Basically, it's a good work up towards doing for Llech. So if you get the opportunity of riding from the south side going up north, then yeah, make sure you hit that climb up as well. There is actually another climb, believe it or not, when you get to the very, very top, where there's a corner shop as well, by the way, so you can go and buy drinks afterwards if you need to. And Harlech Castle's quite nice to sit around as well. But just to facing directly opposite when you're going up the road, there's another steep climb leading up. Don't know where to, but yeah, it's just a suggestion maybe. If you want to explore, do it if you've got the energy. And yeah, so I think, and lastly as well, now normally when I cycle up a hill, because as I said before, my gear ratios very kind of restricted, the 50 by 11 by 28 on the back. Now what I normally do when I want to have something to aid my legs going up, as well, what I tend to do is I sway my bars and my body weight as I do my downstroke on my pedals. So it's let's say my left foot is going down, I am also going to turn slightly around about 35 to 40 degrees with my bars to the left, and then as the other crank arm comes around, I'm going to then do the same thing, but just with the other side, with the other crank arm going down. That is a trick that I was not able to fulfill on this climb. Now, whether it was down to the wetness or the conditions that I was riding in at the time, I really can't be too sure. However, yeah, it goes without saying, I think I would still find it pretty difficult getting up that climb using that sort of normal technique. You have to be a lot more just straight, pedaling straight up it, and it does help as well when you have that part where it goes into a hairpin. Aim yourself and the bike leading towards the edge of there, and then it levels off ever so slightly around there before you get the next climb. It also gives you a tiny opportunity to build a tiny bit more speed leading up towards the next steep part before the house and when it starts mellowing out. So yeah, that's pretty much everything, and I've said it once before and I'll say it again, enjoy it. It's truly something else. I enjoy hills, and I remember looking at it the first time and thinking to myself, yes. It reminded me, and because I had, as I said, 4 attempts at doing this, and on the first 3 attempts I had to put a foot down and then just kind of like, just swing myself and my bike around and go back down to the bottom because I wanted to fulfill all of it as well. It reminded me a lot of my old BMX days when I used to do freestyle. When there was a trick that I couldn't do, go back to where you started, try it again. And it goes without saying, when I did it the second time and I was like, Christ, this is really something else, and I was learning different things as I was going up it each time. These things going from my head of like, I need to carry more speed, I need to be stood a bit more like this, I need to aim my bike and myself towards that corner, to then swing it around and then complete going up the other slope as well. I was learning all these things as I was taking these attempts to do this climb, and it was absolutely amazing to just have that sort of feeling again, like I've got a challenge in front of me, I can't do it first go, I need to do it again. Yeah, it might just be me, but try. If you can't do it the first time like that, don't give up on it, keep trying, you will do it. I don't know how many people have gone up it. I think my Garmin said around about 700 people have done it up to now. Actually, I'll tell you what, 2 seconds. 907 people have attempted it. So, yeah, I'm kind of gutted it took me 5 minutes, but that's 5 minutes is because I needed multiple goes in order to do it. I'm blaming, as I said, purely my gear ratios, judgment on that one, but I was adamant I was going to actually achieve that climb with one by drivetrain as well, and even on a 52 even going up it as well. I'm just happy to get up it in the end, never mind doing it in a quick time, so it's what it is. But yeah, I hope that I was able to give you some good, some decent or interesting insights into doing this climb if you get the opportunity to, and just letting you know about the place in general as well. It is as much as it is staggering to look and ride it, the technical aspect behind it, at least from what I discovered on my end, everyone's different on these sort of things. It's absolutely brilliant to just discover that there's different elements that I need to fulfill to do the climb. So yeah, I hope telling you this has got you a little bit pumped, a little bit excited, like it is for me to talk about it now, and I'm also excited to do it again in the future as well. Given another opportunity to do it, I will definitely do it, and just for the sake of it, I'd do it on the exact same gear ratio and same bike as well. So goes without saying, that's how much I enjoyed it. I don't mind a bit of a sufferfest if I know that I'm actually gonna achieve something pretty decent, out of all of it. So yeah, enough of the talking. So yeah, I've as I said, I've enjoyed the whole experience with it, and I hope you have as well. Anyway, sorry, my throat's about to seize up now because I did a live show before this on my own page. So yeah, again, if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It would be very much appreciated. Also, if you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the notification button next to that as well to get alerts when the next video goes up on this channel and future videos as well. To the side of me, you've also got other social media links that we're on as well, and down beneath from that we have also the most recent upload, no matter what video you're watching. Anyway folks, again, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, have a good one.